How I meal prep for the week, summer salad edition. It can be hard to constantly come up with new meal ideas that are easy to make and that are healthy and balanced and that you actually enjoy, that taste good and that satisfy you. Especially when you have to make both your lunch and your dinner like I do. I just feel like I'm constantly cooking. So I've tried to come up with solutions in order to prevent me from spending 6+ hours in the kitchen. And also a way to meal prep where I'm not like eating the same thing every single day and then get bored. So what I like to do is make my own little salad bar where I just pre-cook and pre-peel, pre-cut, everything, get everything into little containers, put the containers in my fridge, and then whenever it's time for me to eat, I can just go to my fridge and make my own little salad based on the ingredients I want. So here is how I do that. The first step is writing my grocery list. So what I do is I usually pick 3 grains for the week. 3 will ensure that I don't get bored. It's not always the same one, but it's not too many because if I have too many to cook at once, then it's gonna get overwhelming. So the ones we're gonna do for this week are whole wheat pasta, bulgur, and rice. Now I do the same thing for protein. I pick about 3 protein sources, and for this week we are going to do tofu, eggs, and lentils. And then I pick about 6 to 8 different veggies based on what's in season, what's in the store, what I feel like having. And I also like to add in a few toppings. For today, we are going to do feta cheese, some seeds, and finally, I also make 3 different sauces again, so I can feel like I'm switching it up, but it's not too overwhelming to make. So the one I almost always make is hummus, and then I also like to have a homemade vinaigrette, and then I also like to do mayonnaise that I just buy ready-made, honestly. So now it's time to go grocery shopping. Let's go.
Your parents came in the cul-de-sac, leaned back in a leather-clad seat, pack of spirits in your potted bag. Suburban summer 17 was a roller coaster ride, a manic pixie dream girl right beside me, and she said she liked me, but I bet it was a right thing running about the wrong time. And I think maybe if I'd held on tight, she'd still be sitting by my side. I'll never know, I don't like that.
Okay, so I'm back and I got all the goods, and this was 45 euros, which is going to make me probably like 6 to 7 meals, so not bad money-wise. So now it's time to cook everything, and to do that in a way that is smart, meaning I'm going to start cooking things that take the longest to cook first, obviously. So I'm gonna start with the sweet potato. I'm gonna put it in the air fryer, and meanwhile, I'm gonna get some water boiling on the stove in order to cook the pasta and the lentils. We'll start with that. So real quickly, here's an overview of what I got. Hope you can hear me over the boiling water and the sweet potato in the air fryer. So here are my grains. So rice I already have, but I bought pasta and bulgur. My protein, so the tofu, I get the smoked tofu. I feel that it tastes better in salads. And then I got some eggs and then some lentils. Then for the veggies, we have the bell pepper, the green beans, the avocado, the cucumber, and the tomatoes, and then the sweet potato is in here. And then for the sauces, we have the mayo. This is gonna make the hummus, and then I have olive oil for the hummus as well, tahini as well, and then I have vinegar and mustard to make the rest of the sauces. And then for toppings, I did get the pumpkin seeds. I ended up getting sunflower seeds, and then I got some olives and some feta cheese. Now the water is boiling, and I'm gonna put in the pasta and the lentils. And then of course the idea is to cut up what you need to cut up and prep what you need to prep while everything cooks. So I'm gonna start with the tofu so that I can then put it in the air fryer after the sweet potato.
I don't wanna call you later. You're tearing my heart up like it's paper, and somehow you turn to a stranger. We used to work, now I'm trying to make sure that we're both on the same page. I don't want it to complicate. I know you're riding away. from the start that you were a waste of an open bar tab, wiping my feet on the doormat. There's so much of you that I just can't leave. Yeah, nothing makes it clear when there's love on the line. But I spent time with someone.
Okay, I'm finally done. Here is everything laid out. So I have my grains here, rice, pasta, bulgur, and I have another thing of pasta as well because this one wasn't big enough. Then I have my protein, so I have lentils, tofu, and eggs. These I've hard boiled, but I just peel them when I need to so that they stay fresher and taste better. Then for my veggies, I have cucumbers right here, the bell pepper right here, the sweet potato, the avocado. I just cut it on the day that I want to eat it with that salad because then it goes brown after like 2 days. So usually I do like avocado 2 days in a row. That way I finish it and it does not go brown. Green beans, I just store them in the jar. Cherry tomatoes and the mixed greens. And then for the extras, the toppings, so here's the feta cheese and then here are the olives. And I have some sunflower seeds here and some pumpkin seeds here. And then for my sauces, I made my hummus that you saw me make. So I'm again leaving it in this. And then I have mayo and I am gonna make like vinaigrette with olive oil, vinegar, and a little bit of mustard, salt, and pepper. And same, I'm gonna make that individually for the salad when I want to so that it tastes better. And here's everything nicely organized in my fridge, and that way I just pull out whatever I feel like I want that day and I mix that together and I make my little salad and we're good to go. Okay, now here's an example of the way I would assemble a salad like this. So I have pasta as my grain, and then I have lentils and an egg as my protein, and then the hummus as the sauce, which also contains protein. And then as veggies, I have green beans and tomatoes, and then I topped it with some sunflower seeds. And this is just one example. There are so many different combos you can do. I'll try to film a few more throughout the week to show you. Let's do a little taste test. So good. So here's another example of one of my mixes. So here I have some rice, sweet potatoes, feta cheese, avocado, bell pepper, tofu, and this is some mayonnaise. So I hope that this gives you some ideas. It's definitely much better to store all of the foods like this than to just make a huge salad and store that, because everything's gonna stay fresher for longer if they're all in their separate containers. And also this enables you to mix and match depending on what you want. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like it and subscribe, and see you on my next one. Bye.